Hi, just call me the robe girl. It's Kit Kat Gigi. This is very important, and a lot of us live under our means right now. I When I talk about April the 15th is the deadline for taxes. Wake up. You have to realize that Elon Musk and Donald Trump made a pact with their rich billionaires to give them a 4 trillion tax break. So we have 2 more weeks in March, and then you have 2 more in April. And I believe that between those, a month from now, that something bad will happen with major programs where they will take more money out of our programs to feed the the billionaires and give them more tax breaks. Seriously, you have to look at the domino break. Uh, um, the domino effect. I'm sorry, I'm thinking ahead of myself. But listen, this is true and this is reality, and you have to get with it. You have to understand this. This is important. You just can't fly by in life and not realize what these two people and the Republican Party are doing. Before I went to bed last night, I read that so the government was shutting down, and Schumer signed Trump's bill. The I know the universe controls everything, and there's a reason for everything. But here's the domino effect. I also read that if Social Security gets hit, um, then that will be the breaking point for over 70 million people in this country. But here's the domino effect. If Elon and Trump discontinue Medicaid, if they discontinue other programs, our health system will hurt because those doctors who take care of us will not have any more funding. I'll give you a little example, and it's personal, but I will share it with you because yesterday I felt like killing myself. I took my medication. I called my doctor's office. They were closed. But she called me back and she says, I have a major concern that you said something about killing yourself. And I said, look, I am so stressed of losing my Social Security where I would lose my house. And if I lose my other benefits, I won't have Premium B in my original Medicare, and I will be out of health insurance. And um, it bothers me every day. And I know other people are suffering. A lot of people. It doesn't matter who you are. You're human. You're made in the image of God. No matter what race, color, political program you belong into. And my doctor said she's been getting a lot of people come into her office or call her um, being scared, being upset that they will lose a lot. A lot of people have health issues, and but then these doctors will not be able to perform any type of services because they will be taken away. So that was interesting that she told me. And I did say to her, Trump's always worked with fear and intimidation and reflecting. He does something to get a reaction, and I know it's my fault for allowing them to get under my skin. That's the darkness. And I did say to her, I can talk to my brother because he's a man of God. And besides churches or anything like that, that also want your money, and this time that our nation and the universe is going through hell, come on now. And, and no matter what, they don't care. But I told her, no, I'm not going to kill myself because then I would be in hell with Elon Musk and and Trump. And that would be 10 times worse. But I had to be strong. Um, she listened, and I listened to her a lot, what she said about the vulnerability of her position. I mean, this affects us all. And this is how a dictator controls people by fear. Fear. Listen up, folks. It's fear. I'm quite sad and disappointed. And I know there's a reason why, well, we all know there's a reason why DT is in the White House because billionaires put him in there for themselves. It's not going to affect them in this life, but they were put there as God, and I don't care if you believe him or not, but God is testing them because they have choices, they have free will. They can change anytime for humanity to show compassion and love, have forgiveness for themselves, and work together as a unit to get through this. So I'm glad my doctor called me back because it's definitely burnout. The whole country is in burnout. I had a Chinese spouse who, from what I read from Homeland Security, my Chinese spouse said he was here for one thing, but Homeland Security wrote to me and said no, he jumped his visa to hide in the country and not go back to China. So, and I found this out after I got married to him. I would have given him a marriage green card, but he lied to me. The red flags were there, but I thought I would trust this individual. And what gets me is when Donald Trump talks about immigrants and deportations and ICE, tell me why since 1998, and I only met this so-called individual in 1920 in 2017, that he's still around and that ICE hasn't caught him. And then to deport people who have already green cards and they might protest and speak their mind according to the Constitution. So the bottom line is whoever goes against Donald Trump, he will come at them with his fury and anger and revenge. There's two mirrors people have. The mirror that Donald Trump portrays is a bully, a narcissistic, someone who doesn't care if you're handicapped, someone who doesn't care at his rally that two people got shot and killed and others got injured. He doesn't care that you were at his rallies in the heat or cold and he didn't have buses for you to get back to your cars. He didn't care that he said your vote doesn't care. He even said he was not religious. When religious people in his office bow down and he's there saying a prayer, he's probably thinking about maybe his next hair transplant or tummy tuck or going out on the golf course. He doesn't care. A man or woman of God, of Jesus, shows compassion and humanity and compassion for the people like Bernie Sanders. And to call Bernie Sanders a socialism, I would love to meet him, and he would be great to sit down with Jesus Christ and talk about um, the love Jesus Christ Jesus Christ taught people about being different in the world. I mean, very interesting. I can't see how I I love that there's a town meetings going around in red states and Bernie Sanders shows up and there's so many people listening to him, farmers, regular people, people who lost their jobs, people who can't feed themselves. I mean, all kinds of people. And here's a Jewish Bernie Sanders going off talking. I mean, it's it's a blessing that there are a few people and we really have to work on it. I'm, after Harris lost and I saw right through Elon Musk and the trick they played, it was bait and switch, if you understand that. That Trump baited his goers, and then he hated Elon Musk. He hated SpaceX and solar power and electric cars and all that, but because Elon Musk had money, he decided to, I'm going to pull him alongside and I can use him. See, people that need something and see it in somebody else, they get together with them. And they really don't have, that's the only thing they have together of importance. Other than that, there's nothing more. Eventually, that relationship will, between the two will break off. Now, I want to talk about Elon Musk. His spaceships, like those people, the woman and man in space, were supposed to come back, I guess, through SpaceX X or something like that, but it was decided not to because a week ago, one of the spaceships that went up in air, it exploded. NASA's working with the wrong people. NASA should end Elon Musk's contract and use viable people that know how to make a reliable spaceship to bring that woman and man back home. It's been too long. And Elon Musk is okay. He's basically wasting government contracts. And when you listen to him talk, he's almost robotic. He talks in bits and pieces. Like I know he has some disease or whatever, but he he's on the dark side. So getting back to that, the mirror is Trump portrays with our foreign countries to the allies in NATO. He doesn't want to have anything to do with them. But with the communist parties like and the evil dark parties like Mr. Kim, CCP, and Putin, um, that's Trump's dark side. Um, okay, that's the mirror that he portrays to us is he's tough, he's a bully, he's above everybody, he's rich, and nobody has a say. But on the other mirror, they're looking at each other. This one is the hurt little boy from when he was a child and brought up with a very domineering mother and father who pretty much pushed him into the real estate business and showed that his older brother, who wanted to be a um, commercial pilot, and he was for a little bit, but showed that his brother was the weak one in the family. So his personality is a coward. He's low self esteem. He feels rejected, even though he says, if you lost, you still won no matter what people say. That comes from somebody with a very weak personality. So to the world, he portrays, but um, shows this personality, but deep in him is this other self. So you have darkness and you have lightness. So you have a choice. God gave all humans a choice. You have free will. And he still has a chance of changing. God always said, and he's watching every day, that man has a choice. I have free will. I'm watching. And that person can go left or right. Left is darkness, right is the light. And I don't mean political party, I mean in a general sense. You have two roads to go to. Which would you rather go to? To the storm, to the darkness, to Lucifer, Satan, or would you like to go to God and Jesus and to the light? We're in a spiritual world of conflict and confusion, manipulation. This is a spiritual fight between darkness and light. And we really need to work hard to know in ourselves what our morals are, our values are, and for our children's future to have a better life. Now, don't forget, April 15th is coming up. That 4 trillion that Trump wants to his rich friends. We'll see how this next month go. It's going to be a battle, folks. It seriously is. I told my doctor on the phone, and even she said she might watch the news once and that's about it. But you cannot get involved with all the lies on Twitter. Truth Social is a complete lie. It's just banging the lies out into people that are sheep. Twitter has gotten that bad. There's a blue sky that's in between, but some of the negative from Twitter are coming in and hurting um, the people. I call them from the light, who want justice, who want this country back in order and work together for all races. And then you had the Garden news information that tells, to me, tells the truth. And then you have Politica that tells the truth too. Um, that's so much I can say. I pray that you, from your heart, realize that your children's future, if you have children, anybody sick in the family, or just your children's future, that would you want them to live in this hate, race, color, and political party, or would you like them all to be united together, playing together? I took a little rest today. I heard all these children out in the park, and I counted like 15 children playing soccer. There were mostly boys and maybe one girl, but you know what I liked? They were all a different color, and they were playing together. That is what God wants. Be like the children, play together. Peace out, stay well, and the robed girl will eat her dinner. The dog's already fed, and she's been really good for mommy. She didn't nag me too much about going outside. Um, my doctor's on call this weekend. I don't want to bother her because she, affects everybody. She's holding it together. I mentioned, depression medication is not going to help with this situation because it's only something that lasts for a little bit, but it doesn't solve the problem. The problem is our government, So no amount of depression or drinking or anything that you take, unless you just are dead, um, is going to solve what's going on. Seriously. On that note, stay blessed, stay in peace. Atheists, everybody, Muslims, everybody, um, spiritually get back to Jesus. I mean, not the church is corrupted right now. Um, I mean, get it back. To me, spirituality is nature. Be with your family, be with your heart, say prayers to the universe for peace, for the world, well, for your home, for your family, your home, your neighborhood, your state, your country, and the world and this planet. That's spirituality. Stay well.